Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we will be breaking into this week's deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. I'll be honest, the deals and discounts are pretty weak. In fact, this is one of the lamest weeks we've had in a very, very long time. There's only one bit of good news, which I guess we will start off with, and that is you can make $900,000 with about 20 to 15 minutes of work, depending on how speedy you are. That is because this week, Rockstar is giving double payouts on the time trial and the Junk Energy time trial. So that means you can get $204,000 completing the base just drive car time trial, and then you do the junk time trials and you're going to make $100K, and you can do one every single day. So you can make $700,000 for 7 days a week of the junk time trials, and then you make an additional $200K for the base time trial. Essentially, you can make $900,000, and judging that these only take about 2 minutes each, yeah, they're pretty easy to do. You're going to make about $900K. So I actually think that's pretty solid payout for something super duper simple, especially if you are only planning on playing GTA for a little bit of time every day. It's actually very solid. But unfortunately, you're not getting any extra money on businesses, no money anywhere there. The only other double money is on races like stunt racing, which, let's be honest, not many people do. Yes, I know some of you in the comments, I love doing stunt races, and I get that, but 99% of the actual GTA player base isn't going to be performing stunt races, so this bonus really doesn't apply to the mass public of players. So let's take a look at the discounted vehicles, and there's really not that many. Starting off, we have the podium vehicle, which is the Sabre. I really like this vehicle. It looks cool, but the Hot Ring Sabre doesn't really have much going for it. Apart from, I guess, the liveries. It has a lot of livery options. It's also pretty fast in acceleration. It's got good grip because it is a NASCAR after all. But unfortunately, that's really about all it has, and it's free. So, I mean, if you get it on the podium, keep it. It's never really going to sell for much anyway, and with Rockstar changing the way sale prices work with vehicles, you're going to get like 2 cents. Then we have the Tulip as the LS Car Meet prize ride. To get your hands on this, you need to finish top 3 days in a row. The Tulip is a pretty mediocre vehicle, I'll be honest. It looks okay. It's just kind of like a classic 70s, 80s muscle car. It's got some alright customization, it's got some liveries. It's just not a very good vehicle in terms of performance or overall speed. So because of that, there's nothing really crazy. It's not a very expensive vehicle to get either. But if you want to get your hands on it for free, you can get it this week pretty easily. Now we break on to the discounts, and first of all, we have the Park Ranger vehicle. Unfortunately, PC players like myself do not have the opportunity to get their hands on this vehicle. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's nothing really that special, but it's still very disappointing that Rockstar is once again gatekeeping the PC player base. The reason why is because this vehicle is going to be part of a new event for the new animals being added to the Xbox Series 1 and, you know, all those special things. So essentially you're gonna have to go bird watching, and if I guess you see enough birds or you see enough special types of animals, you get to get this vehicle, which is kind of cool, I guess. As I said, there's nothing really special about it. It's just a Granger with police sirens and things, but it is kind of cool if you can give it some liveries and things like that. So I guess we'll have to see when it is added into the game as part of the update. Alright, so what do we have in terms of vehicles that are discounted? Well, all of them are on a 30% price slash, and we start off with the SC1. And I'm going to be honest, the SC1 is a very disappointing supercar. It looks cool, don't get me wrong. I actually think this is one of the cooler looking vehicles. It's based off the BMW supercar. The problem is, it just doesn't have anything going for it. Customization-wise, it's really bland. It has no liveries. It's not an expensive car. I mean, it's normally 1.6 million. You can get it for 1.1 this week. The problem is, there's literally just nothing going for it. Like, it's not fast. It's not great in anything, really. I guess it has okay handling. It's just not a good car. That's the problem. If Rockstar had given it just a little bit more love in either its lap time handling or customization, I would call it a really good car, but there's just nothing really good about it, apart from, I guess, the looks. I mean, I personally, as I said, think it looks really, really cool. I think it's based off the BMW i8, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. It's just such a bland vehicle in terms of its customization and everything. It's a really big letdown. Now we move on to a vehicle I actually think is really cool. This is the Dubachi 770. In my opinion, this is still one of the nicest looking sports cars that Rockstar has added into Grand Theft Auto Online. It looks absolutely incredible, and it's also fairly cheap. It's normally $700,000. With a 30% discount, you can get it for $466,000. That's actually fairly inexpensive. If you don't own the Dubachi 770, I would definitely suggest to pick it up. It looks great, and while it doesn't have much customization, I don't really think it needs customization. It's also fairly fast. I think it can go upwards of 123 miles per hour. It's got okay handling, so there's really nothing bad about it, and it's just a fun car to drive. So yeah, I really have no complaints. This vehicle just looks so nice. I'm always a big fan of it. Although, it looked nice. Apparently driving through that fence absolutely screwed the front of this vehicle. Okay, we move on to the Grotti GT500. Normally $522,000. This week you can get it for $365,000. It's pretty mediocre, I'll be honest. It's a cool looking vehicle. It's based off of, obviously, I would guess the Ford GT500, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments what this is exactly based off of. It's surprisingly fast for how not fast it looks, but it's still not a very exceptional vehicle. It's got okay handling, and it does have some cool liveries, which I'll admit, it looks really nice. I mean, this is what my personal one looks like, and I'm a big fan of it. It's just, there's not much really going for it. So, if you like sports classics, I guess pick it up. But apart from that, there's really no reason to buy this vehicle. It's just kind of a waste of money. But to be fair, it is pretty inexpensive. $365,000. I mean, that's literally like 3 payphone hits. God, these people keep taking my parking spots. These people are so cringe. Alright, we got 2 vehicles left, both in the armored car category. Starting off, we have the Benefactor XLS. This is an SUV. There's really nothing crazy about it. You can put an armor upgrade on it, but you have to buy it from the website, which is legendary with the armor upgrade. It is normally $380,000. You can get it for $228,000 this week. Pretty cheap. It's really not anything special, though. I mean, it does have semi-bulletproof glass, which is cool, and it can survive one explosion, but let's be real, Amani Tech vehicles exist, so the only reason I would ever suggest to buy this vehicle is if you're a newer player, and you don't have a lot of money to spend, and you want to get your hands on a somewhat armored vehicle. But even then, I mean, you can just get the Duke O'Death for absolutely free, and the Duke O'Death is going to be better than this in every way. Heck, you can get the Armored Kuruma for $525,000, and the Armored Kuruma is going to give you all that bulletproof protection. So that's the problem, and that's the same thing with the Benefactor Shafter long wheelbase here. It's alright, but the problem is the base Benefactor Shafter V12 is much faster than this vehicle. It's also cheaper, although with discount this is fairly inexpensive. It's only 150 grand. So it's not a bad price, but again, I just buy the short wheelbase, which is just a better version of this vehicle in almost every way, shape, and form. You can put an armor upgrade on this car, but again, Amani Tech kind of defeats the purpose. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this week's deals and discounts. I'll be honest, they are pretty mediocre. There's not much special. I mean, there's only 1 or 2 cars I'd recommend to pick up, and really, it's just the time trials that give you decent money, but overall, yeah, really lame discounts. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, but at the end of the day, let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.